Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Subrata Sarkar. I'm a mechanical engineer working in manufacturing industry more than 22 years. Today, I'm going to discuss with you a subject which is basically the subject of doctor or more specifically surgeon. But I'm sure that I'll be able to make you understood this subject, if not better, at least as good as any doctor, that is weight loss surgery. Before getting into this surgery portion, we need to understand the basic, information about health, like body mass index. When you talk about somebody's correctness of the weight, say somebody says my weight is 70 kg. It doesn't make any sense actually. Your weight is related with your height, which is technically called body mass index. So body mass index is basically your weight in kg divided by your height in meter square. For example, say your weight is 75 kg, your height is 1.6 meter. So your body mass index will be 70 divided by 1.6 into 1.6, that is 29.2. So your body, depending on your body mass index, you are in a different category actually. Like if your body mass index is this to this, then you will be, for example, if your body mass index is less than 18.5, then you are underweight, like in this picture. If your body mass index is between 18.5 to 24.9, then you are normal weight. And if your body mass index is between 25 to 29.9, then you are called the overweight. And if your body mass index is between 35 to 40, then you are morbid actually. And if your body mass index is like 35 to 40, you are severely obese. And if your body mass index is between 40 to 60, then you are morbid obese. And if your body mass index is more than 60, you are highly morbid obese. Now, what are the reasons of being obesity actually? If some person is so obese, what are the reasons? There are mainly 9 reasons for obesity. Number 1 is the metabolic disorder, and which has got subsequent other causes. Number 2 is the hormonal imbalance. Number 3 is the laziness in person. Hereditary factor also plays a role. The post-surgery for the female after pregnancy, and the medical effects. And the emotional imbalances also causes obesity actually. Environmental causes are there, and addiction means the food addiction actually. This is one of the most important reason for being obesity actually, like addiction on food or the overeating. Now being if some person is overweight actually, there are a lot of health risk is interconnected and getting affected actually, like sleep apnea, like osteoporosis, like a lot of heart diseases, these diabetes type 2 and the high blood pressure. A lot of things are actually getting complicated actually. Now, and there are a lot of cancer, as per the statistics. The doctor says that a lot of, like for the female, the ovarian cancer, major reason for the ovarian cancer is the obesity of the female actually. Like also there are a lot of cancers like breast cancer, kidney cancer, bowel cancer, womb cancer. These are also a major portion of that. Is a data for the UK. Is also for the obesity actually. And this most of the countries, we say country-wise the obesity percentage. In US present as of date, 31% people are obese. In Mexico, 24% people are obese. In UK is the third obese country, 23% people are obese. But it doesn't mean that people in the developed countries are obese. There are many developed countries where people are obese. For example, Korea, Japan, they have got 3 to 4% obese people only. So a lot of factors are related with that actually. In the US also say that as of date, having so many, they have a lot of educations, there are a lot of hospital facilities still. 4 lakhs people die in every 10 years in US, only specifically for the obesity actually. Now say, going to the exact specific topic, that is weight loss surgery. Now who will do weight loss surgery actually? Who should do, who shouldn't do actually? If your weight is increasing in such a range actually that your body mass index goes up to 35 say, then 35 and over, then it is very very difficult to get back to your normal weight by doing physical exercise and dieting. It is not possible actually technically. And so the people who has got a body mass index more than say 35, they can go for this weight loss surgery. Now in weight loss surgery also, so weight loss surgery, or it's technically called bariatric surgery. So bariatric surgery is basically, it has got two major categories. Like one is the, some part of your stomach will be removed from your body actually. So that will address your, health weight reduction. And some cases, those who are much more obese, in that cases, the total system of the food intake actually totally bypasses of the stomach, and that is the connections, rerouting of the intestine to the gastric pouches. So in that case, your food is coming and it's totally bypasses through your stomach actually. Stomach is not there in function, those who are doing the gastric bypasses. Now bariatric operations, it is what I say, it's not very new actually. It was started in 1950 and now it is 70 years old. A lot of processes are improved. It is now a sophisticated operation, this bariatric surgery. So there are one type of the surgery, it is called reversible bariatric surgery or the gastric banding actually. So some portion of your stomach are band with the rubber so that it doesn't come into the function, and if needed any time you can open this band and you will get back to your original stomach. But that is not a successful actually. A lot of problems are there, and so now this is actually obsolete types of bariatric operation. So nowadays there are only two types of bariatric operation, that is the gastric sleeve. So a part of your part means say 60% of your stomach would be cut off actually, removed from your body. And there is another type of the bariatric surgery, your stomach will be bypassed actually. There will be a special routing process actually. So those who have a body mass index at 35 to 40, they can go for the gastric sleeve like here in this picture. And those who are much more obese, they can go for say body mass index more than 40. So they can go for the gastric sleeve actually. You may know that, or may notice that one of our choreographer in India, Bombay, Bollywood, that is Ganesh Acharya. Earlier he was more than 200 kgs and now he's normal, So he has also gone through this operation. One of the singer, that Adnan Sami, has gone. So there are many people actually. So going, and I also got the opportunity to see this operation on screen, a live operation of this bariatric surgery. For some reason actually I got this opportunity in some big hospital in Kolkata. So also got very much clear understanding of the bariatric surgery, how this done actually. And nowadays it can be done with the robotic systems also. There is advanced technologies are there for bariatric surgery. I would also like to share some of the picture of the people, before and after. When you have after doing this bariatric operation, you don't need to do any physical exercise. In 1 year of time, your measured weight will be reduced. Like for example, today you are 120 kg. In 1 year of time after doing this bariatric operation, your weight will come down to 70 kg, 60 kg, depends on your height. That is your right body mass index will come automatically actually. This is a picture operation done in India. This is another picture operation done in India. Before operation they were about in the range of 120 kg and now 75 kg, 70 kg, very very normal. There is one more picture you can see here. This is also a picture in the Germany. You can see the person 125 kg to 80 kg in 1 year time without doing any physical exercise. Because after doing the bariatric surgery, you don't need to do anything to control your weight. Your body will automatically take care of your weight, and your body mass index will be very close to 22 actually, which is by ideal actually. In US also you can see. So these are the countries actually where developed countries people know this bariatric surgery very much. But in India, as per my understanding, more than 95% people doesn't know what is bariatric surgery. And less than 1% people are also not going through this surgery actually, because the people are not knowledgeable on this subject actually, and people don't want to take a risk on this subject. But some cases, situation comes such that doctor advises and people doing. But nowadays, day with day is getting popular actually. But after doing this bariatric surgery, a lot of things need restricted actually. A lot of food items are restricted. For example, consuming cold drinks is 100% restricted. Consuming ice cream is 100% restricted. So there are a lot of big list of restriction of the food. And normally actually protein-based foods to be taken after doing this bariatric surgery actually. Carbohydrate is totally not allowed actually. like for example rice, etc. And green veggies are also very selectively, applied, because some part of your stomach is removed. So there are a lot of chemicals actually which comes out from the stomach actually to digest the food, that will not be available in the body of that person. But there is no any risk actually. Rather, after doing the bariatric surgery, mortality of the people, or the these what I say, life expectancy of the people got increased. And there are a lot of diseases actually. If a person do the bariatric surgery, those diseases are gone actually immediate after, like say after 2 years of bariatric surgery. For example, like sleep apnea, osteoporosis, your heart diseases, your a lot of laziness, etc., stress. These are the things actually automatically removed from your body system actually. So automatically there are 10-12 major diseases goes off automatically after doing this bariatric surgery. Bariatric surgery, as usual, like those who are going to do this, they need to have a basic understanding actually. What are the possible complications may happen if some person doing this bariatric surgery? Number one, infection or bleeding at the time of the surgery, blockage of the intestine and the dehydration, blood clots in the legs actually, and there is a vitamin deficiency and protein malfunctioning may happen actually. And there are late, complication of the bariatric surgery may happen, like one things called, dumping syndrome. Like as your stomach, some part of the stomach is removed, so you are not allowed to take much more food. Say your body is capable to take this much of food one time, you should not take this much of food. So that will be vomiting out actually. So that is called, dumping syndrome. The anemia can happen, dehydration can happen, people can, vitamin B12 deficiency may happen after late complications of the bariatric surgery. In bariatric surgery nowadays it is mostly done in US and European countries, not very much popular in India. But as of date, you can see the graphical presentation. Bariatric surgery is getting also popular, and risk is also not there. It's not very risky actually. Now many times what happens actually, we trade with our health actually. We are very busy with earning money at the time, at the cost of losing our health actually. So we should not do this trade for us actually. Like it is said that we should go for a good better eating, better this physical exercise, good sleeping is very very important. We should take care of all these things so that doing this bariatric operation, etc., things should not come. But I'm sharing this because if some people are very much obese and they are not able to understand actually what needs to be done, so this can be a solution, and people can go into consult with the doctor and understand the subject themselves first very clearly, then can go for this, and this is one of the medical solution. So if you find this presentation is informative, you can share it with your friends. And if you have not yet subscribed my YouTube channel, you can subscribe my YouTube channel by clicking on this bell icon so that you can get the notification for my future presentation. Thank you so much for your attention.